Hey everyone, this is Mike, and yesterday the Blue Mage adventure came to an end as we managed to clear Alexander the Creator. Now this fight in particular is also a little bit special to me, because Alexander the Creator Savage was also my very first raid tier ever, really, because I hadn't really played an MMO before I started Final Fantasy XIV, and thus raiding was something that I had never done before, and the Creator Savage was my very first raid tier, so there are some nostalgic memories, I guess you could say, that are attached to this fight in particular. Now, when it came down to this fight on Blue Mage, it was actually pretty fun. There were some weird things that we had to do with Diamondbacks here or there, but we kind of gotten used to that at this point. But still was very fun to do. The time stops themselves were also very different, because we now had to learn all of the possibilities when it came down to the debuffs, whereas before, if you do it as a normal party, if you're a DPS, you can only get a specific amount of mechanics. If you're a tank, you can only get those mechanics, and then as a healer, same thing right there. But as a Blue Mage, you do need to learn all of the mechanics and how to handle them, so there's also a lot more communication involved over here as well, because before you could just assign specific positions to each role, whereas right now you couldn't really do that because everybody is technically a DPS. We ended up killing it relatively quickly through using Revenge Blast, which is an ability you can use by going below 20% HP, I believe it is, but then you basically get a very high potency spammable attack, and we mainly try to abuse that towards the second phase, where we let the Mega Holy go as unmitigated as possible, just enough mitigation that we can survive it, and then I very quickly apply Bav Breath, or for example an Addle from somebody else, so that our main tank wouldn't die to the cleave, because the tank busters and the cleaves hurt a lot in this fight, especially when you're taking it as a DPS, even though you technically have tanks that's a little bit through the tank mimicry, but still they hurt a lot. So it was kind of like skimping on mitigation where we could when it came down to raid-wide mitigation, so that we could use Revenge Blast, but also making sure that there would be mitigation in place when the tank busters and cleaves were going off, so that our tank wouldn't die. So it was a little bit trying to get that right. That wiped us the most, I would say. Now, because we were able to use Revenge Blast so much, it meant that we were able to skip the entirety of the last phase of this fight. If we would see the first part of the final phase, that wouldn't be too much of an issue, but the second part of it, where you have the Communion puddles together with Big Alexander in the back shooting laser puddles at you as well, that part was basically what we wanted to skip, and we actually ended up skipping it in this one as well, which you'll see towards the end. Now, when it comes down to raiding on Blue Mage, my thoughts on the job itself and how I think the current implementation of the job is, I'm going to be making a video on that probably on Saturday, because tomorrow is live letter day. So I'm going to be doing a live letter overview tomorrow, but then on Saturday I'm most likely just going to talk about the experience of raiding on Blue Mage, getting the spells, all of that kind of stuff. So that maybe people that are interested in getting the title, getting the mount, or maybe reliving some of the old raids on Blue Mage, that they basically know what they're going to be in for. Again, I really want to say thank you to Leb, the one that put the group together, because it was really fun to do. We might have had some scheduling issues here or there, because it was kind of difficult to get the group together most of the time, but when we did get to raid, I had a pretty good time doing so. So if anybody gets interested in trying out Blue Mage content, I can definitely recommend it, because it was a pretty good experience. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say for today. I'm gonna leave you with the rest of the gameplay. Enjoy. Oh, if you've always been tanking, then like taking on a DPS role will probably feel a lot better. Or well, not necessarily better, but you have less responsibility, let's put it that way.
Purple A.
Sure too.
Yeah, the tunnel vision is very normal. If you're not used to having like such a super busy rotation like some DPSs have, it can definitely take some getting used to.
Away from Fluffy. Die geht.
Carpet C.
Shared 1.
Share 2.
This one is cross.
Yep.
I got her.
Someone white win, please.
On our plate.
Spicy.
Ooh, that was
Okay, normal slash idiot. We apply dot before we go in. It's gonna be tight for plan B.
Oh yeah, right, because the healing.
Yeah. Get ready for the crystal outside. Okay, this one. Next one. Sacrament, normal one. Try to apply a dot outside, by the way.
Cool. You even died before Tay, right? Oh. He didn't come to save me.
No idea why I had no damage there, but okay, game.
Tank Buster.
Bambi turn off Metigot.
Good shot.
Last crystal.
You done inside?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you finish early, do you have to wait longer?
Yes.
I never knew.
Reapply. Yeah, 7 swords, we don't care. Get ready here.
Get behind her on top.
Go. Inside the hitbox. Blocking mid. And this side will be next. Go.
Someone
call
off
out?
guard.
Can
I
you
don't
call
have
out when to
Middle.
Moonflute?
Yeah. Spread a bit, so it's easier to see a debuff.
Just turn on Mighty Guard if that's it.
Oh, it's the easy pattern. Go. And remove tank stance. Inside the
Potion.
hitbox,
Potion is also up.
but do not sting yet. We still have one.
Yeah, yeah, it's still 20%, so...
Tank Buster.
Middle?
Go mid now.
Middle.
Mid.
I don't have battle here.
I have it, it's fine.
Starting including now.
But do not sting directly, please.
Use all your stuff.
Yeah, just.
I moved this in a bit early, so I'll
Oh,
have to
I
wait.
should not have moon fluted. Because I need to use Diamond Axe soon.
It's okay, Leah. I'll be able to swap
Sting,
with you.
sting, sting.
I'll
just
just
sting it.
final sting then. Because...
Just engage with that.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
He's
Kill it
gonna-
before the communion puddles.
Good job, guys.
Nice.
How do I get the marble?
Achievements.
Jonas, I think.
Yeah.